lot of different things. Maybe it was a fence that's 20 years old, or maybe it was from a building that was from the 1800s and it was the floor joist. For me, I became completely addicted to the concept of salvaging 100-year-old wood. Whether it's someone's dining room, their home office, a commercial space, that wood instantly sort of has that organic way of warming the whole space up. It's always been all about the material and the wood and the beauty that comes with it. My name's Erin True. I'm president and co-founder at Urban Wood Goods. Urban Wood Goods is an environmentally focused reclaimed wood furniture manufacturer. We're located just north of the city of Chicago. I started Urban Wood Goods by accident completely, only because I was making a bench for my own home. And the thrill of going on this wild goose chase to find the perfect piece of wood and then transforming it into something I could look at that I loved every single day, it was just an instant success to me. I never expected to take something I loved and be able to turn it into a life's passion. The coolest part is that we're salvaging something that already had this other purpose 100 years prior. We're not trying to make something look old. We want that authentic age. My design process for building shelves always starts with the wood in mind first and letting the wood shine through. After we acquire new loads of lumber, our team needs to do what's called stickering with the wood, and that's basically taking small sticks and spacing in between every single board so that when it's stacked, there can be airflow that goes in between the boards. We then put it in our lumber kiln, and it dries the wood to that perfect moisture content for building furniture. Each piece that we're creating has its own properties and characteristics. We're selecting boards that are tonally consistent with their grain patterns and the color so that it's all cohesive as a shelving unit. After all the boards are selected, we use a chop saw to cut those boards to the exact length. After the boards have been cut to size, it gets wheeled over to our rough planer. And essentially what the planer does, it's got 80 blades inside it. It's like a helical head which just spins, and it's getting the proper board width to create the larger piece. The wood is then fed through the joiner so that we're getting a perfect 90-degree angle on those boards to join them seamlessly. After the wood moves out of the joiner, the boards are glued up, tightened with clamps, put in a rack, and they sit there to dry for about 24 hours to ensure that that hold is very strong. After we have this sort of completed rough shelf, it will go through our finish, planer, and sander. You get the most exact evenness of those boards. We fill any small gaps or cracks or nail holes that are there with wood filler so that we have the most flattest practical work surface. We have individuals that take palm sanders, they make sure to get the surface as smooth as possible, and then they round the edges. Our customers have a choice to leave it natural, or it goes into the spray booth where it's stained, it dries for 24 hours, and then 3 coats of an environmentally friendly top coat. After the shelf boards are complete, we have to also create that metal frame that is going to hold those shelves together. Essentially, someone is measuring each piece of metal, cutting it to size, and then it's being welded and fused together to create 2 shelf brackets per shelf. And then after that, it moves on back to the finish booth where the metal is also treated or left untreated, depending on the customer's choice. The final step in which the wood is assembled with the metal, they're pre-drilling the holes, they're setting it up, they're looking, making sure the tones in the boards are all accurate, and then we're attaching our name and our stamp of approval on the finished piece. I think our goal at Urban Wood Goods is to create pieces centered around this concept of sustainability. Not only are we sourcing recycled materials, but we're also creating furniture that is meant to last. We're creating furniture that could be recycled. To imagine the thousands and thousands of board feet that we have diverted from the landfill, it's really kind of an incredible feeling. This wood has so much character that it creates like a warmth in the space. It could be the focal point, and it's amazing when it could also be the conversation piece too.
to turn this into this by opening up a can of whoop-ass. I don't like how aggressive that sounds. Today I'm going to show you how to upcycle your old tin cans into 3 beautiful and easy DIY projects. First up is a simple pencil organizer. Just spray paint a clean can all around the outside, allow for it to dry, then pop in your office tools and show them off proudly on your desk. Go crazy with the colors and patterns, whatever makes you feel happy while you gotta do work. Next up, these beautiful planters. Grab a nail and hammer and puncture some holes on the bottom of the can. This will allow water to easily drain out so that your plant stays super healthy. Now all you have to do is simply wrap the can in rope by gluing on the tip on one bottom end, wrapping it all around the can, and securing it with more glue. Now to fill up your planter, I really love succulents, so what I do is I add some rocks to the bottom of the can. You don't have to buy rocks, just go outside and steal some from Mother Nature or your neighbors. Then I like to add a little moss, the soil, and then carefully pop out your succulent and place it into the can. Fill up the spaces around with some more moss. Then all you have to do is water it about every 2 weeks. It's the simplest plant to take care of. I trust you to keep it alive. And last up, this whimsical lantern. Fill up a can with water and allow it to freeze overnight. Take some towels and place the frozen can on top. Choose assorted size nails to puncture beautiful designs. Take your time while hammering a design so that you don't feel like hammer yourself while you're slipping and sliding. It sounds like solo play. Remove the ice, dry it up, and place some string lights inside. It's such a beautiful night light. And there you have it, 3 easy ways to upcycle your cans. So the next time you're about to throw one out, just grab one, look at it and think, what masterpiece can I make of you today? I hope you guys give these a try. I'll see you next time. Remember to just eat